All right, welcome everybody. We are so excited for another episode of 10 Minutes With. I am super pumped to have University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire represented this week. It's one of my favorite campuses. Jake, how many times do you get asked about the Big Hill on campus?
Too many times.
Yeah. Jake, why don't you give us a little introduction and just tell us about yourself. Tell us about maybe how you got into your role and some of the things that you do for the college.
Absolutely. Yeah, so my name is Jake Myers. I'm an admissions counselor at UW-Eau Claire. Help work with, freshmen, get them all introduced to college and help them along the application process. My territory, I really normally work with students around the Twin Cities area, but I'm happy to help other students from other territories as well. How I got into this role, so I was a graduate of UW-Eau Claire. I transferred a couple times before I found Eau Claire, junior year of college. I found Eau Claire, fell in love with it, transferred there, and it's been easy going and a smooth ride since then. I graduated with a degree in organizational communication, and at Eau Claire, I was able to make my own minor. So I thought that was really cool. So I made my own minor in peer mediator conflict management.
Very cool. That sounds like a super interesting path. I too was a student that transferred and kind of found a home at the U of M eventually, but it took me a couple different places. So it's always kind of reassuring for students and families to hear that those things happen and they're a part of life too. So let's maybe start with the obvious. Tell me about campus right now. What's going on? I know that you guys are probably headed into finals week, or maybe you're already in finals week. And then some of the COVID-19 stuff, distance learning, how are things been going for you all?
Yeah, so it's definitely been a transition. I feel that our students, have been able to handle the transition, sufficiently. Speaking from personal experience, I have a fiance and she's a senior at Eau Claire this year, so she's getting ready to graduate or, finish her finals in a couple of weeks. And then my brother, he's a junior. So it's been nice that we've been able to offer like a pass-fail for a lot of our classes for our students because, it is a big transition. Sometimes professors are still trying to learn how much homework and exams to give out, and it's been nice for our students to try to adjust to that. I've walked around campus a few times just during a few lunch breaks, and it's beautiful. They're planting a lot of flowers, but it definitely is a different feel without the students on campus.
Yeah, for sure. Grading, has definitely been a hot button issue for everybody. So it's reassuring to hear that even at the college level that they're going to some of the pass fails and doing some of those support things that students need during this time. And I think it also is very reassuring to families. So that's a huge positive as well. This next question is always one of my favorites. It's fun to ask this to college reps because I feel like this is sort of your job in a role, or in a nutshell when you're at a college fair or whatever that might be. But if you were, I call it the elevator pitch. If you were riding up an elevator with somebody that had never heard of University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire, what's the pitch? What is there that you would like to get out in that minute or however long the elevator ride is, so people are aware of the campus and the school and all those things that go into that?
Absolutely. So the first thing I always start talking about is just that UW-Eau Claire is such a wonderful place for opportunities, whether that be in terms of internships or research opportunities, as well as, getting involved in different student organizations. So in terms of like research, we're ranked #1 in the nation for master's level research at an undergrad institution. So our students go above and beyond and get interested and excited about whatever, topic they really want to research into. And in terms of, student organizations, like I mentioned, over 230 of them. So plenty of things to get involved in after school. And that's a good way to meet friends as well.
For sure. I think those are all great things. Those rankings and things are always interesting for parents to hear. Can you say that again one more time? You're the #1 ranked. What was that?
Master's level research program for predominantly undergrad institutions. So at Eau Claire, we have about 11,000 students, 10,000 of which are undergrads and about 1,000 graduate students.
That's awesome. Those are really powerful things to tell families and to understand some of the high level stuff that's going on at your campus. So, this is hard. Maybe this is a tough question to answer, but what would you say are 3 of the top what is Eau Claire known for? Maybe it's a unique program, maybe it's something that makes you stand out, but what are maybe the 3 most popular programs at Eau Claire?
Yeah, awesome question. So I guess I'll start with, one of my favorites is going to be music. So we actually have the largest marching band in the entire nation. at least
Wow.
at the D3 level, for what I've been told. Currently at 475 members and growing that up to 500 members. During winter break, the whole band got to go to Australia and compete. So it's definitely a
Very
staple
cool.
of our university. We're really well known for nursing as well. So amongst all the UW colleges, we're probably most known for our nursing program. It's very competitive, but when students, pass all their nursing classes and they have that final NCLEX exam, 95% of our students pass that. So it's a really high percentage of our students that are successful within the program. And then, of course, like anything else, we're also known for education, business, psychology, and biology as well, all very strong programs.
That's awesome. Very cool. I didn't know that about the marching band. That's awesome. That's a nice little touch. I know we have a current senior who's headed to Eau Claire for a music program, so that was good to hear those types of things. So, I mentioned the big hill, right? Anything else on about campus, or just highlights of student life or campus life, or you talked a lot about the clubs and organizations, but anything else that maybe I didn't mention earlier that you wanted to point out?
Yeah, just adding more to the campus nature and beauty of our entire campus. We do have the Chippewa River that flows right along campus. During the spring and summertime, you'll see, hundreds of students throughout the summer just floating down the river. You can rent a tubes or kayaks up at a recreation center. And it's just a great, fun activity to do, enjoy the nice weather, and you get to check out, starting from downtown, go past our campus, and then end at our Hops Ice Arena where our hockey teams play.
Yeah, very cool. I would tell any family that if they're going that way to check out campus, because I think it's one of the most beautiful campuses around. It was on my list when I was looking at schools. I was very close to being a blue gold, but it just didn't work out in the end for me. But I do think that the campus is stunning, especially if you go like in the fall, and you can see some of the colors over the river and whatnot. So. Let's get into some of our lighthearted rapid fire questions. These aren't meant to stump you, so no pressure here, right? What was your favorite college experience?
Yeah, great question. So I'd have to say my favorite college experience was actually my research group. I never thought going in that, I was really going to get involved in research, but it was amazing because it was something that I got to add to my resume, and it helped me, get the position I have today. And so with that, I did research as a group, as a team. So me and a couple of buddies, we wanted to look at sports at Eau Claire and see if there was, a correlation between team cohesion and athlete satisfaction. Also based really on if you're a starter on the team or maybe if you have like a more of a bench role. So, it was just phenomenal because I had all the resources on campus. Professors are always willing to help. So that was one of my favorite college experiences.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really, I would be interested in that kind of research. So if families are coming down to visit, you mentioned a few things, but if they're coming down to visit or anything around campus or things that are must do, maybe a restaurant you must visit or an activity that you must do. I know the tubing sounds pretty enticing to me, but anything else along those lines?
Yeah, I always encourage students to check out our downtown area. It's really blossoming right now. We added the Pablo Confluence Center. So it's our new state-of-the-art, kind of like our music center. There's also art galleries in there. Comedy shows are played in there. There's a professional recording studio. And it's right downtown. So there's a couple nice ice cream shops, Olson's Ice Cream, as well as Ramone's. Wonderful to check out. And then there's plenty of awesome coffee shops down there. At night, they pump jazz music through the speakers on the roads. Oh, cool. So it's really kind of like a wonderful feeling going down there. So those are some of the staples that I like. And of course, that's right along the river too.
Very cool. Those all awesome stuff. What about for you personally? Anything that's been burning up your evenings or your time that you're quarantined here? Anything that you're listening to, watching? Anything that you can share with families?
Sure. So I'm in a unique situation, and I just moved, so it's been a lot of going from one place to another, packing up everything and moving everything. But now I'm all settled in, which has been nice. So I got the old Netflix connected. I'm sticking to some of the classics or recent classics, such as How I Met Your Mother, The Office, Friends a little bit. My fiance got me hooked onto Vampire Diaries. Didn't think I was going to get into that, but now I'm hooked. It's kind of got maybe like a little bit of a Stranger Things vibe to it a little bit. So I
sure
like that about it. But other than that,
you're the third person that we've had on that has said The Office. I mean, The Office just is tough to beat. I tell you that.
It's a staple. Yeah. It's just an easy one to binge, 20-minute episodes. It's quick to get through them.
For sure. Let's leave it with this. anything that we missed, any Eau Claire highlights, any advice that you would have with for families or for students, anything, I guess maybe just in closing, any final thoughts that you would like to share?
Yeah, always make sure you're reaching out to your high school counselors, teachers, especially, if your juniors starting to, do that real college search, get, as much information as them as possible because they want to help you out. And of course, our admissions team is always able and readily, accessible to help students too. I know with this upcoming fall for seniors, a lot of them are thinking, oh gosh, well, his class is going to be on campus, is it going to be online? So just trust us, stay tuned. We're all figuring that out as time goes by. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have.
That's awesome. I think that's a great thing. A great message too is just stay tuned, right? Things are going to be okay and things are going to work out. It seems really pressing this today at this time, but I think, if I've learned anything from myself personally going through this process, it's just to be patient and things will work out. And it's always nice to hear that from the college side as well, because it's like you said, it's an uneasy time. So I appreciate the spending 10 minutes with us. I think we did pretty good at staying in our 10 minutes. So I'm super thankful for the time and the opportunity. And I know for our families at Andover High School, Eau Claire is consistently in our top 10-ish, top 12-ish schools. So it remains one of our most popular places for students, and it continues to grow. So you guys are doing some great things.
Awesome. Thank you very much for having me, Eric. I appreciate it.
Yeah, have a great afternoon. We'll see you soon.
All right. Awesome. You too. Bye-bye.